that came in when the market kind of was fearing the worst, seeing that top line miss. But given the volumes, given the margin expansion, I think it's a recovery, but not quite in positive territory. We have Naveen Kulkarni, CIO at Axis Securities as well, to join in and sort of comment on this. Naveen, what do you think? 12% volume growth, very smart margin expansion. What's the view on Asian Paints now?
Yeah, the numbers look good to me. The revenue growth is probably slightly lower, but that is on account of the input costs being passed on, lower input costs being passed on to the customers. Overall, margins are expanded higher than what we were expecting. Profit numbers are definitely pretty strong. So overall, I would say that these are good set of numbers. Asian Paints at this juncture, I would say, looks good to me, primarily because the stock hasn't done much over the last 1.5 years. So multiples which looked optically very, very high are now much better than what they were. And of course, it's a sector which continues to deliver, or a category which continues to deliver double-digit volume growth, which of course in the whole consumption space is kind of rare now, right? So overall, operating numbers look good. Asian Paints looks good to me.
The company said margins have gained significantly from growth in luxury products and softening of raw material prices, coupled with operational efficiency and sourcing efficiency. So there is a growth in luxury products which is aiding the company's margins this time. Naveen, weigh in on the valuations of Asian Paints. How does it compare with historic valuations? Are the valuations a bit of a concern?
Yeah, so valuations, of course, for Asian Paints had run up a little bit. So that was a bit of concern. But we have had a significant period of time correction which has happened. So almost it's been a little more than a year where the stock has been at these levels, right? So the time correction has played its part. Still, overall valuations from a long-term perspective are still a little higher. But of course, they are slightly coming down. So comfort in terms of valuations is building up. I see absolute upside from current levels for Asian Paints over the next 12 months. Maybe 10 to 12%, but I think that's something which can very easily materialize for Asian Paints, considering management believes that double-digit volume growth is going to sustain for the second half of this year, and overall category continues to be very, very strong.
And in the paints, entire listed universe, which one would be a preferred bet?
Yeah, so from the listed universe perspective, considering that there is going to be some bit of disruption which could take place in the category, so I would still stick with the leader, Asian Paints, because the chances of the second order or the third order players losing market share in the short term could be higher. But Asian Paints, being the market leader, has got better capabilities to defend its market share. And also, paints as a category is a long gestation product, right? So from that perspective, Asian Paints still stands out for me. And if one wants to look at this category, I think this is the stock that one can allocate capital to.
Okay, all right, Naveen, we will leave it on that note. Thank you very much for joining in and giving us your perspective on those numbers and the stock. We will take a quick break, come back on the other side and get a conversation going with Aman Chong.